Good afternoon, everyone. This is James Ramelli from Alpha Shark Trading, here to talk to you about trading using the Ichimoku Cloud. So in our entire video series this week, we're going to be talking about different ways to use the Ichimoku Cloud. And we talked about this last week, but this was just such a great setup that I wanted to talk about what we saw happening today in Apple. So today we're going to look at how to trade weekly options or stock using the Ichimoku Cloud as a day trade using only the 5-minute bar and the Ichimoku Cloud. So this morning we saw a really strong bullish long setup in Apple on the close of the first 5-minute bar of the day. The stock was gapping a little bit higher here. We had a very strong bullish opening bar closing above both the 9 and 26 period moving averages here in a cloud that was just very strongly upward sloping. So this would have been my entry point right here. Right now I could have done two things. I could have bought stock at the close of this bar, 117.34, and held it to highs. The session highs would have been somewhere around here at like 115 in the afternoon here, around 119.98. So a fantastic trade there from the stock. But how would this have gone if I have traded weekly options? So we always say that to pick a strike, I want to know what the average true range of the stock is, and then buy the option where I think the stock can go. So knowing that the average true range in Apple is a little less than $3, it's around $2.80. With the stock closing at 117.40, I know that I want to look for an option in the neighborhood of the 120 strike. So the 120 strikes at the close of the first 5-minute bar today, we're trading at 43 cents. Okay, so not a super expensive option, one that I could very easily manage my risk in. And take a look at the way this traded after Apple took off. I mean, the chart of these 120 calls and the chart of Apple stock is almost identical. I mean, the patterns are almost exactly the same here. You can see just some small differences in the 5-minute price action here, but these things traded really well all day long until they got up to as high as $1.28. So the big difference here, and take a look, the price action looks exactly the same. The big difference is that the option nearly tripled in value, whereas the stock only had a small percentage gain. So the option trade here gave a trader a huge amount of upside if they were lucky enough to get into this trade using this Ichimoku Cloud trading plan. So we talk about this a lot in our Ichimoku Cloud course, both day trade and swing trade setups. This is an example of a day trade setup. Keep watching this week to see examples of more setups in swing trades and other products like futures and Forex as we continue on through the rest of the week. So thank you guys all very much. Once again, this has been James Ramelli from Alpha Shark Trading. Everyone have a fantastic evening, and as always, happy trading.